Hi everyone, welcome to Wednesday Wisdom. I hope you had a great holiday week last weekend, did something fun to celebrate the 4th of July. Today I want to talk about self-acceptance, and what that means is how you acknowledge your talents, your imperfections, and everything about yourself, and you meet yourself in the here and the now. And there are several ways you can go about gaining that self-acceptance. And one is to list the negative judgments you have towards yourself. All too often we beat ourselves up. We slip into that negative self-talk when things don't go right for us, or we perceive it's not going right for us. And that's something that can weigh us down and keep us from moving forward, or again, meeting ourselves where we're at in the moment. And what you need to do with those negative self-judgments, what you list them, you need to clear them. You need to let them go. Another thing you can do is learn to validate your emotional reality. Acknowledge how you feel in the moment. You don't need permission to ask others when you can speak about how you're feeling. You can do that on your own. And again, always remember that it's okay not to be okay in any given moment. But what you do is you acknowledge the emotions you're feeling and try to figure out what it is that they are trying to tell you, no matter what you're dealing with. Another thing you want to do is cultivate a great relationship with failure. And what this means is that all too often we are afraid or we're paralyzed on making life decisions, no matter where you're at, whether you're in a transition year, from moving from one job to the next, or starting a new job, or moving from high school to college, and so on, all the different milestones we face in our life. With all these different periods in our life are going to come some risks that we need to take. We don't want to always just sit on the fence and wait for that perfect opportunity to say, hey, I'm going to go for this today. If you've never done something like as simple as riding a bike, that's something that, and because you fear that you're going to fall off, you're going to injure yourself. That's something that you can try to find a mentor that can help you do that and be there with you on that journey. But if it's something you always want to do, and maybe it's actually something bigger. You want to do mountain bike riding, or you want to do some type of a long bike ride that would be raising money for something like MS or Wounded Warrior Project, things like that. So you want to take the risk when you can and not be afraid of failing. Failure is actually a very good teacher in the long run. Another thing you want to do is not compare yourself to others, whether that's in material possessions, job, salary, whatever it is, family life. You are who you are, and you are walking a unique journey in this life. And if you compare yourself to others, you're always going to meet up against frustration in your life. The final thing you want to do is learn to accept your imperfections. We are not perfect beings. We were not put on this earth to be perfect beings, but life is always one continuous learning experience. It's the biggest classroom in the world that you're going to ever be in. And if you can embrace that there are certain things that you're not going to be good at, even if you try as hard as you can, and maybe you've gotten coaching or help with this, you just accept, well, maybe I'm not going to be able to do a certain thing in your life. If you wanted to go mountain climbing and maybe you have injuries, or it's just not physically capable, even if you try hard, it's something you accept that about yourself. But really, don't start with big things like that. Just start with the little things in your life. And I leave you to figure that out. I will post something from a website called Psychology. It's out of the UK, and it goes over a little bit more in depth about these different ways you can gain self-acceptance. So until next time, Have a great week and be well and take care.